I've officially realized something about mine and Ella's old friendship, aka Jay, but I'm pretty sure they no longer go by that, so I'm going to be respectful and use Ella. The friendship wasn't bad. They were a good friend, and I did my best to be a good friend. We just didn't communicate issues better. They wouldn't tell me, they felt left out, and I wouldn't tell them I felt replaced. If we communicated better, we could've most likely stayed friends.
Alright, I'm tired of the text-to-speech, so I'm going to be using my voice now, but what I'm trying to say is that me and Ella, we could have probably stayed friends, or just be able to still get along well if it weren't for the way I dealt with the whole thing. What I mean is how I had made two quote-unquote exposed videos after they had made a vent post on their own channel about how they felt after I had blocked them, which I will admit was very rude and ignorant of me. Why do I say this? Because that was them getting their feelings out. Getting out how they felt after someone they considered a best friend blocked them over feeling mentally um bad and unable to just communicate their actual emotions with them properly. So, that being said, I feel like I could have at least told him instead of just straight up block him and say whatever I said back then. I don't remember since this was so long ago. What I also felt could have gone better on my end was just getting more comfortable in being able to vent about how I felt of our relationship because I had known them for a year. Sorry for the misgenderment. I don't talk about Ella at all, so I'm not used to using the they them and Ella name. My apologies. Anyways, I had not we had been friends for a year. I should have been able to properly talk to them about my emotions and how I felt. Oh, hi soul. I should have been able to, and yet I still felt like I couldn't. And so on my end, I should have just like been honest with myself, been honest with them, and tell them how I truly felt, even if it wasn't positive. Because the main reason I usually don't tell people how I feel or vent is because I'm scared of making people feel worse and worse since everyone around me has their own problems. And it makes me feel like a main cause of that when I add onto it. So that's that. Let me quickly. I'll also admit one other thing is I was not the best friend. In the beginning of our relationship, in our friendship, I had sort of tossed him aside. Why did I do that? I don't know what was wrong with my old self. I was something else. But I had tossed him aside because Azriel, someone else I had met at the same time and meeting him. I had tried to focus more on Azriel because of his problems and me not wanting him to you know, uh, get the problems to become worse, knowing I could probably have at least helped him feel better. And in that, I ended up tossing Ella to the side, making them not feel the best. And only by the time Azriel had sort of moved on with by being my friend and made new friends that were just like him was the time I started feeling worse and worse, and I had started shifting my attention onto Ella, which was still kind of dumb to do at the time, since since they had built their own friendships and such when I was stuck shifting my focus on Azrael more than them. And so, um, that was one reason, or another reason, why the friendship could have gone better if things were dealt with better in my issues that I had done. I also would frequently block him when I wasn't feeling the best, and then I would block them. I would frequent I would tend to block them when I wasn't feeling the best, and then unblock them hours later or a day later or wherever, whenever later, which is unhealthy to do in a friendship. You shouldn't have to do that. But nope, I did that a lot because of my own mental problems and me trying to desocialize from people because I didn't want to vent. I didn't want to tell people what was going on with me. But it ended up this way. In the way of me losing a friend that I dearly miss and actually still wish I was friends with to this day. Someone I felt I could have done better being friends with. Someone who deserved better from me. But no, it ended up being in this way. Ended up me losing them because I left them, chose to be ignorant and try to get my feelings or my own thoughts out by making exposed videos over their own vent, which was so stupid of me, rude, ignorant, because they were venting. And that whole thing, that whole situation that happened after I did private the videos, so they're no longer accessible. I don't want people seeing them. I don't need people seeing them. I don't want to stir up anything. I just made this video because I wanted to share how I'm starting to acknowledge that the friendship could have gone better, or it could have been better if dealt with properly instead of immature the way I did end it. Also, if Ella does see this, which I doubt they will, I apologize for the way I did end it. It was rude and very, very improper. I should have been honest, and instead of just straight up blocking you and leaving, and making that exposed video, those quote unquote exposed videos after you made your own vent on your channel, um, yeah, at the end of the day, I am truly sorry for the way I did this, for the way I treated you, the way I treated it after it even ended, after I just ended the friendship. Yeah, I don't expect forgiveness. I don't expect anything really. I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to share how I'm actually starting to realize how I dealt with it was bad. Because in all honesty, my pride gets the best of me, and it did apparently, I guess, at that part. My pride got the best of me. I didn't really want to admit to it because I felt like I'd look like a coward and that I'd look like I was in the wrong, which I entirely, not entirely, I feel, but I was in the wrong in some parts of it. I don't feel I was wrong for expressing my feelings, but I feel I was wrong for the way I dealt with it. I should have been more mature, kept it private, and just DM'd you personally instead of making videos on it. But yeah, I'm sorry for the way I dealt with it. Hope you're doing better in life, and wish you the best if you did see this. Also, to explain the constant stuttering, I don't really make scripts for videos like this since I feel like I should speak from like my own heart and my own mind. Since making this script, I also don't think I don't feel like making scripts. So the constant stuttering is because I don't have a script. I'm just speaking fully from my mind and heart. So yeah, just to quickly clarify that, and I'm gonna end this now. Um, Whoever watches this, I hope you have a good day, good night, good morning, whatever. Goodbye and good night, since it's night for me.